Right, good afternoon, and today we're out for a proper walk. I just felt I hadn't really been into the high fells for some time and needed to get out and go up into the high mountains, so that's the plan today. A bit late in setting off, just struggling a bit to sleep and get myself motivated. But we're out now. Now what I thought I'd do was, we've come up to Honister Pass. We've parked at the National Trust car park at Honister. And now we're making our way up a fell called Grey Knots. Some of you may be familiar with this. And as you'll have seen from some of the B-roll, and possibly tell from my breathing that it's levelled off a bit now, but that first bit is quite a climb up from Honister. So yeah, and from Grey Knots we'll go to Brandreth, from there to Green Gable, and from Green Gable to Great Gable. So it's going to be a good workout, and hopefully there's no guarantee, because today it is primarily about the walk and not photography, but certainly I've got all my gear with me, and if we come across some good light, good compositions, we will be capturing some images. So yeah, as I say, today the prime aim is to have a good walk up to Great Gable, and what I was thinking of doing, which I've never done before, is from the top go down the far side and look for Nape, I'm fairly certain it's there, is Nape's Needle. Never really been there. See if we can get some nice images of that. So yeah, right, yeah, oh yeah, I think I need to stop talking, get walking and get my breath back. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a good video, hopefully we'll have a good walk, and hopefully we'll get some nice images. So right, we'll see you shortly. Right, well, we've made it to the top of Grey Knots, and it's a bit grey up here today, so yeah. I went to the bit in front of us first, but when I had a look at the map, I reckon where I'm stood now is the highest point. Now if we come round here, you can see across there, the main one there is Dale Head, and to the right of it we can see, I think it's High Spy, and then further in the background is Maidenmoor, and right at the back is Skidder. As we're coming across from Dale Head, we've got Hinescarth, and then further round we've got Robinson, and then I'm not quite sure, probably the big one you can see in the background is Grassmoor, where you can see, if you come down a bit, you can see the mine workings. That's Honister Crag, and that leads out to Fleetwith Pike. And as we come round further, we can the views here, if the light was a bit better, it would be absolutely stunning. We can see down there Buttermere and Crummer Quarter, and then we've got Haystacks, and across from Haystacks I'm struggling, but Red Pike is in the far background. As we come round past Haystacks, you can see, I think it's Ennerdale Water, and then we come to let's think now, yeah, that's Pillar. I can't remember the ones behind Pillar. As we come round, we come to Kirk Fell, and then as we come round this way, that's the way we're going. The slight just hump in front of us is Brandreth. The big hump in the background, that's Great Gable, the goal of this walk. Slightly to the left is Green Gable. And behind, you might have difficulty making it out, but that's the Scarfells. We can have a better look at those when we get up Great Gable. And just coming round, we've got other mountains, and this is, I think that one in front of me there might be Glaramara. This is where I start to struggle a bit, and in the far distance would be Helvellyn. So yeah, I mean, the views from here are absolutely stunning. It's amazing. There are one or two, I don't know, you could see one or two tarns, so I might just wander down to the tarns before I go up to Brandreth, just see if there's any. I don't think there will be any compositions, but we're up here, might as well have a look, and then we're going to head off up there to Brandreth. So yeah, that's the first step on our walk to Great Gable. I'm just a bit concerned, it's looking very dark and cloudy over. I was thinking the weather might be a bit better. It's getting a bit windy and cool, so I think I might put my jacket back on. And anyway, I'm starting to ramble, so yeah, we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well, we've made it to Brandreth now. I mean, this is one that's very difficult to work out which is the summit. Stood here, whether that's the summit, where I am on the summit, or over there, but yeah, it is a Wainwright. It's slightly higher than that around, but we're not stopping here long, and we're going to head up there. There's Great Gable. So the path drops down a bit, and then we go up there, which is Green Gable, and we drop down into Windy Gap, and then up to the top of Great Gable. So yeah, I think we're just going to carry on. We might have a stop and a bit to eat on the top of Green Gable. I don't know, we'll see how time's going, but looks as though it's brightening up a bit, but I haven't particularly come up, nothing's grabbed me composition wise, so yeah, we'll just carry on and we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well, we've made it to the top of Green Gable. You can see where we've come from there, that's Grey Knots and Brandreth. I've come up here, and the views are fairly spectacular. Unfortunately, the light's not too good. We talked about Dale Head and Robinson and that way. As we come round, we can see, let's just bring this down a little bit. We can see Buttermere and Cronham Water, and in front of those is Haystacks, and then up to Red Pike up there, and then Adele. And then we come round to Pillar, and then Kirk Fell, and then where we're heading next, which is Great Gable. So, and as we come round there, we can see the one in the more or less the centre of the I think is, I'll point it out on the video, but that's Scarfell Pike. So it's yeah, there's some brilliant views, and we can see over there again, I'll point it out on the video, there's the Langdales, the various Langdale pikes, etc. I don't think there's anything quite grabbing me as a composition, but last time I was up here I did take a couple of images, capture a couple of images from Windy Gap. So if we come round, just step up for here a bit, Windy Gap is where we go down. You can see down there, it's not very far down, go down into Windy Gap before we then go up Great Gable. So well, we'll maybe make our way down there, see if there's anything that's worth capturing an image of before we head up to the top. So yeah, we'll see you a little bit later. Right, we're down at Windy Gap now, and you can see the composition there. Just looking ahead, we've got Ennerdale going off onto the sort of left hand side, and in the centre or more to the right it's Haystacks. We can actually see a bit of Buttermere, or is it probably Crummer Quarter beyond, and the light keeps changing, so it's quite a nice composition. We'll keep taking them till I'm happy we've got a reasonable one. And then the other place I was going to come to, if we come round over here, so I probably won't video doing this one, but we'll just show you as we look over there, and let's just straighten and bring it down a bit. So you can see there's water at the bottom, which is Styhead Tarn. Above there you can see a bit more water, that's Sprinkling Tarn. To the right of the centre we've got Great End, and I think behind that, slightly to the left of it, is Bowfell, and coming off to the right is the left is Allen Crags. So yeah, I thought that might make quite a good image. So yeah, if both images come out quite well, we'll put them up on the video before we start, and go up there, which is Great Gable. So yeah, we'll see you a bit later. Right, well, we've made it to the top of Great Gable, and the weather has brightened up a little bit. There's magnificent views from here of all around. We do a complete circle round from the Helvellyn range there, coming round, and then looking back towards Honister, and in the far background we can see Skidder. Going round a bit, there's Grisdale Pike and then Grassmoor, and there's Haystacks and Crummock Water beyond, and Red Pike and Ennerdale, and then we've got Pillar and Kirkfell in front of it, and along there I think we've also got another Red Pike Wasdale rather than Red Pike Buttermere. And as we come round we can see, I think that might be Ewbarrow, one of them's Ewbarrow, and there we've got Wastwater, the fells above that, and as we come round we've got the Scarfell on the right, and in there in the middle of the frame is Scafell Pike, and then we're coming round, forget some of the others, and then coming to Great End. And we can see the Langdale Pikes, and I think that might be Windermere in the far distance. And coming round we've got Glaramara, and again Helvellyn in the distance. So yep, so we've got here, I'm going to mooch around. I don't think there's a huge amount, but the sun keeps shining on the Scafell, so we'll see what we can come up with. But anyway, we'll see you a bit later. Right, we've come up with a composition. It's nothing stunning. It's basically the Scafell Pike, probably, and then Scafell itself. Scafell Pike being the highest, and the light keeps shining on it. So I've captured a few images, and whichever's the best we'll put up on the video after this. Often I find in the up in the fells, to the naked eye, it's just an amazing view, but trying to distill that into a single image on a camera is extremely difficult. So I think we're probably going to leave it there, start heading down. We're going to see if we can find Nape's Needle. So anyway, we'll see you a bit later. Right, well, we've got to a point where we can actually see Nape's Needle. It's the one in the centre there, but there's no way I'm going to get. I did take a couple of handheld with the long lens on, but they're not going to come out. I'm not really wanting to climb back up there, so I'm going to end the video here because I need to get back round and there's still quite a way to go. So yeah, it's been a good walk. I should have, as with a lot of these things, once I got to Great Gable, should have turned back to Honister. Still got to get back to Honister, so we're going to head off now, pack all the camera equipment and see. Hopefully once we get on a decent path it shouldn't be too bad, but yeah, time's cracking on now. So yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, please click the thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing, why not subscribe, and please do comment on anything, either to do with this video or what I am about, photography, landscape, the Lake District, etc. Yeah, fair way to go back, and times it's probably about 7 o'clock now. So yeah, anyway, we'll see you on the next video.